Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. My name is Angelica Diaz Naranjo. I am the supervisor of child welfare and attendance with ABC Unified School District. We are here to go over the live lottery run for our 24-25 schools of choice. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. I do want to thank all of you for being here, our families, community members, as well as our district staff and CWA staff that are here present. So before we begin, I do want to let you know that we are recording the live lottery run, and we will be posting this on the Schools of Choice website for families to review after today. If you do have any questions with regards to Schools of Choice, we do recommend that you contact your home school with those questions. I do want to review briefly. I know we've done this a few times already in our previous webinars, parent webinars, as well as when we presented in person. But in October of 2022, there was some revisions to our board policy and administrative regulations in regards to our open enrollment, which is our schools of choice process. This revision allowed us to move schools of choice a lot sooner than it has been in previous years. And so this particular school year, schools of choice began on December 1st and ended on December 31st. This is the application window. This gives or gave families a time to be able to apply for the schools of choice a lot sooner, and it will allow us to notify you a lot sooner before the end of the school year whether or not your child has been offered or been waitlisted or declined for their school of choice. With that being said, we are also looking at our surrounding and neighboring school districts and when they run their open enrollment, which is typically around November, December. So with that becoming more competitive, making sure that we are notifying families a lot sooner so that we can make sure that families have enough time to decide what they want to do in terms of the following school year for their children. In addition, applications for open enrollment, as we all know, are subject to a random, unbiased selection process. This is why we call this a lottery. And we also have, as in the past, we have run the lottery only for residents. So I'll go over the rankings in the next slide. But this has removed our out-of-district families from the schools of choice process. We do have a separate application window for our out-of-district families that happens after schools of choice is completed. And so I will go over those dates as well in our timeline in the next couple of slides. So these are the rankings that we have in our schools of choice process now. So the highest ranking is number 1, and this is for sibling applicants of students who will continue attending the school in which the applicant is applying for. So these are students who have a sibling at the school where they are applying for schools of choice, and they're also residents of ABC Unified School District. And then we have the next ranking, which is number 2, and these are for all of our other students who reside in ABC, including students who are in specialized programs, and this is obviously pending availability, okay? This is our schools of choice timeline. This is also available to you for review on the schools of choice website. As I already mentioned, our application window has passed. We are running the lottery today, and notifications will begin on February 7th at 10 a.m. and schools of choice will conclude on March 6th at 11:59 p.m. After that, beginning March 11th, our parents and guardians that reside outside of ABC Unified School District will have the opportunity to apply for an inter-district permit to either continue attending ABC, or if they're new students, that's when they will be able to apply for the 24-25 school year. All right, so I do want to show you, this is where you will be going to log in to your parent dashboard. If you can tell, the dates here in this picture that we have here are from last school year's schools of choice. So the updated one that most of you went through this school year, you'll notice that the parent dashboard login page says December 1st, end date December 31st. So make sure that you save this information, make sure that you log in to your parent dashboard once February 7th comes around so that you're able to view your students' offerings and then be able to accept those offers or decline, etc., or check where you are at on the waiting list for a school that you may have applied for. Okay, so as far as notifications, like I've mentioned, notifications will begin on February 7th at exactly 10 a.m. Please be aware that we did have over 2,000 applications submitted for this upcoming school year, meaning that there may be a short delay. You may not receive a notification right at 10 a.m., so it may take a few minutes, but just be aware of that. I know that it can be very, nerve-wracking waiting for that email or that text message. Notifications will go out to parents and guardians via text or email, depending on what you have designated on your dashboard. We do recommend that beginning February 7th, you log in, and that way you can view the lottery results. Your email or text will let you know that the lottery or that the results are in, and it'll ask you to log into your dashboard so you can view the results. And then if you have been waitlisted, it'll show you your waiting list number so you can see where this number begins to move, hopefully, as the window remains open up until March. So that way you can kind of make the best decision possible for your student. Parent and guardians will have 72 hours, including school days, to accept or decline offers. If an offer is not accepted within that time frame, then the application will be auto declined. So just make sure that you are checking your spam folders in your email accounts, that you are, making sure that you are checking your text message. Sometimes we have found that one parent submitted the application and put the other parent's email or phone number. And so just make sure that there's communication between parents and guardians during this time so that you're checking and making sure that you guys are going in and accepting those offers, because if an application does become auto declined, unfortunately, there is nothing that we can do. Automatically, that offer will be given to another student in the waiting list. So there's nothing that we will be able to do to change that, because once that family goes in and accepts, then that spot has been taken. So just be aware of that. And then the lottery will remain active until March 6th at 11:59 p.m. At that point, Schools of Choice completely ends. We shut down Schools of Choice. You will no longer have access to the parent dashboard at that point. And then if your student was waitlisted, we do ask that you're patient during the month of February through March 6th, because as parents are accepting or declining or auto declining or withdrawing their applications, spots do become available. There's no guarantee, but just be aware of that. I also want to let you all know that once we've reached the end of Schools of Choice after March 6th, our waiting lists are non-existent at that point. There's no more waiting lists after March 6th for Schools of Choice. So I want to make sure that you are aware of the types of notifications that you're going to receive. And in terms of, getting an offer or being waitlisted, what does that mean when, depending on what choices you make, right? So it's very important to know that if a student's applications on the offer list will be auto declined once a seat is accepted. So let's say you your student has you've applied for 3 different schools and you get offers for all 3 of them, because this can happen, right? And if you go into your dashboard, you review your offers, you talk with your family, you've made a decision to accept offer number 2. You accept offer number 2. The minute that you accept that offer, your 2 other offers are going to be automatically auto declined, and those will be now offered to somebody that may have been on a waiting list. So just be aware of that. Again, you have the 72 hours of receiving each particular offer to make a decision, okay? So if those offers came in at different times, just keep in mind that it's gonna be 72 hours from the moment that you got that offer. And I'll show you on the dashboard, you'll be able to see the date up until what date and time you have to accept or decline the offer. Also, students' applications on waiting lists that are ranked as lower choice will be auto declined upon accepting a seat into a higher ranked choice. So again, let's use the same scenario. I have applied for 3 schools, so I have 3 applications in schools of choice. I have been accepted to choice number 1, and I've been waitlisted for 2 and 3. So I'm gonna go into my dashboard, I'm going to accept my offer of choice number 1, and so automatically the system is going to auto decline the lower 2 waiting lists, and then it'll help bump up other students that are on those waiting lists because you already accepted a higher seat, okay? Your first choice. The next scenario or the next notification, students' applications on waiting lists ranked as higher choice will not be auto declined upon accepting seat into lower ranked choice. So let's say I have 3 applications. My son gets accepted to our 3rd choice, but we're waitlisted for 1 and 2. I'm running out of time. It's getting close to that 72 hour. I know I'm going to be auto declined if I don't accept that 3rd choice. I see the waiting list moving, but not fast enough. So I'm going to accept that 3rd choice offer. Knowing that if that's my offer, my son is going to attend that school. I'm going to accept that offer, and then my 1st and 2nd waiting lists are going to remain. And so it's my responsibility to continue to check in on the dashboard and see where I'm at with those waiting lists. And if in the future, let's say March 1st, I get an offer for my 2nd choice, I can go back in, accept the 2nd choice, and let the offer that I had previously accepted, let them know that I am now going to be accepting another offer because it's at a higher ranking for the student. So it's very important that that communication remains clear between, at that point, the 2 schools, the one you're accepting and the one that you're now letting them know you're not going to take that offer. So that's really important. Please be aware that there is no appeal process for schools of choice. So once schools of choice is completed, there's no way to appeal schools of choice. It is an open enrollment. We do this every year. There's no way to appeal the offers or with waiting lists or declines that you may receive. This is a sample of what the parent dashboard is going to look like. So the first sample number 1, this is an offer for Cerritos High School, and if you receive an offer, it'll say offered, and then it's going to say when this offer expires. So you'll know when you reach that close to 72 hours, right? You have to come in and make sure that you hit accept in your dashboard, or you decline, or you decide to withdraw your application for whatever reason. Sample number 2, these are now 2 applications for the same student. The student was waitlisted for their first choice and they got an offer for their second choice, Scar High School. So they have to come in here, make sure they accept, decline, or withdraw. If I were a parent, I would look at the waiting list and say, okay, well, we're not too far. We're number 28. So we're gonna wait a couple days before we reach, this date here where our offer for GAR expires. And then if this doesn't seem to move, then we're gonna go ahead and accept our second choice. But if we accept the second choice, don't worry, this will remain. You just have to make sure you come back and continue checking. And if there is an offer, then you will receive a text and or email notification letting you know to come back into your dashboard and check because there's been an offer. And so just be aware of that. Okay, so now we're going to jump out of here and we're going to go into Schoolmint. This is the software that we use to run our lottery. All of our applications are in the system. This is a system that parents and guardians have used to submit their applications. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with running the lottery. So here you can see this is my account. This is my name, and we are running the lottery for the 2024-2025 school year. And we have designated the dates. So our application window opened December 1st. At 12 a.m., closed December 31st at 11:59 p.m. This is a random lottery. We're going to check off these options here because we want to save the waiting list. We want to make sure that those waiting lists are saved, and that way we're able to waitlist students if our cutoff numbers are met at each school. I have gone ahead and selected all of our campuses. So we have 27 school sites running in this lottery. They're all listed here. Our elementary schools, middle schools, and our high schools. And then this is for all grades. And this again is a randomized order of grades. So we're gonna select here, run lottery for selected programs. And then it's going to ask me to double check. So the dates are correct, random, and all grades, 27 programs. I'm going to type in here, run lottery, and then we are going to run the lottery. So this might take a few minutes because like I said, we did have over 2,000 applications this school year. And so we're going to give that a few minutes. I am going to jump over to our ABC Unified School District website. I want to show you where you would go to access your parent dashboard in case anyone has forgotten. If you go to our district website, you select Child Welfare and Attendance, and then you select Schools of Choice on the right-hand side. Once you're here, you're going to be able to select at the very bottom, Apply Online. When you click here, it's going to take you to Schoolmint, to your login, the parent dashboard login page, and then you are able to sign in. If you've forgotten your password, there is a feature where you can check or select Forgot Password, and it'll help you be able to access your account. Please be aware that the dashboard is currently shut off. So if you try to log in, you probably won't be able to right now, and that is because there is a lottery that's happening at the moment. This probably will not be accessible until February 7th. Again, notifications will begin February 7th at 10 a.m. And so that's when families will be able to access the dashboard, and that you'll be able to go in and see your offers or your messages, any information that you have received. So the lottery has now officially run. This is very good. And here you will see the list of all of our schools. So we have them in random order again, because this was a lottery. So again, we have all of our schools listed. If you see, this shows us here the date and time that the lottery was run. The school, we are ABC Unified School District. There has been one lottery that has run. My name, because I'm the person that ran the lottery. And if you see that published column, It says no because notifications have not begun. So once we begin to send out notifications, we'll have to come back in here, publish the information, and then at that point, parent dashboards will turn on and notifications will begin. So again, thank you everyone for being here. Just a friendly reminder, if you do have any questions, please make sure that you are contacting your home school. If you have any questions, reach out to your home school. They will be able to guide you with any questions that you may have. At this point, we are done with the live lottery run. We do thank you. There is also resources on our ABC Unified School District website, FAQs with regards to schools of choice. So if you do have any questions, I would ask you to check there first. A lot of your questions can be answered there. And then if they aren't, contact the school and then they will be able to guide you with next steps. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for being here, and we are hoping that everybody has a great school of choice. Thank you.